All right, y'all, how many of you love to eat pickled jalapenos? Now, whether you're using them in sandwiches, on pizza, wherever, pickling jalapenos, or honestly pickling peppers, is very, very simple. So that's what we're gonna do in this video. I'm gonna harvest some different peppers, explain that here in a minute, chop up some jalapenos, pickle them, and y'all, you've got your own homemade pickled jalapenos that you can use for whatever you want to use them for, that you made yourself. So sit back, relax, grab your coffee. This won't be a long video, y'all, because it's really easy. So let's do it. All right, so before we go back into the house, into the kitchen, and start pickling our jalapenos, I also want to add some of these Hungarian wax peppers to this pickling. As you can see, I've got a lot of these peppers here, different stages. So is there anything better than growing your own stuff that you can then use inside? The answer to that is no, y'all. So let's go ahead and harvest these real quick, go in the kitchen, get this going. One thing to remember about peppers is you can harvest them at any stage, and you can use them like you would use them if they were fully ripened. These are good to go. These are as ripe as they're gonna get. Okay, so for this recipe, obviously you need peppers. I decided again, we're gonna do jalapenos and these wax peppers together. These are about 2 times hotter than a jalapeno, so these are gonna mix well. I probably wouldn't do this with, like, say, a jalapeno and habaneros. That's such a big difference in the Scoville rating that would be pretty doggone hot. So they're actually relatively close in the heat level, so it'll be fine. Now you're going to need distilled vinegar, sugar, water, oregano leaves, and then your peppers. That's pretty much it, y'all. This recipe is very, very simple. So let's get to cutting up all these peppers. Okay, so the peppers are done. Now I did forget one thing, garlic. I'm gonna do 2 cloves of garlic. I like garlic. So the peppers are done. Now let's create the brine. The brine is really simple. We are going to do a tablespoon of salt, tablespoon of sugar. We're going to do 2 cups of vinegar, not the apple cider, just the regular distilled vinegar. 2 cups of that. As I'm spilling it everywhere. 1 cup of water. And we are going to stir this until it's completely dissolved, and then we're going to bring it to a boil. Okay, so while the brine is going, let's go ahead. You're going to do 1 teaspoon of oregano. I don't mind going a little bit over. In the bottom of your pickling jar. Now we're going to pack in all the peppers. And you're going to pack them in really, really tight. I obviously did not chop up enough peppers. That might be enough. Yeah, we're good here. Let's get them all in. I will say the pepper smell is obviously very, very strong. All right, so the last ingredient. The one cool thing about being a gardener or growing your own stuff is just that. Grow your own ingredients, just like I did those peppers. Well, I also grew my own garlic. This is from my garlic harvest about 3 weeks ago. It's been fully cured. So we're gonna use, because these are small cloves, I'm gonna use 3 of the cloves out of here in there. And this is exactly how your cloves, or your bulbs, let me just say it that way, should look once they've been fully cured. Nice and hard. Actually, I might use more than 3 because these are really, really small cloves. But you know what, y'all? That's perfect for the culinary use. You don't need monster garlic cloves for cooking. You just need good garlic cloves. So let's go ahead and get them out of the skin. I definitely smashed these really, really well. But if you have larger cloves, then obviously don't do as many, especially if you're not a big garlic person. The recipe calls for 2 garlic cloves, but because these are so small, I went ahead and just doubled it. So I'm gonna have 4 of those in there. All right, so now we're just waiting on the brine to finish boiling. Once that's done, we're gonna go and pour the brine in, and we're pretty much done, y'all. So, yeah, looks like we've got about another minute and we'll be able to pour the brine in. All right, so while we're waiting on the brine, remember the brine is going to be boiling. The countertop is nice and cool, and we're pouring the boiling brine into a glass jar. So make sure you have it sitting on something. I'm not saying that the glass jar would explode from the boiling brine water solution and the cold countertop, but why take that chance, right? I'm going to use a canning funnel here just to put the brine in so I'm not pouring it everywhere. All right, y'all, the brine is done. And then, like I said, we're just going to pour it in over everything. Now, of course, if you have a larger jar, then you'll probably just need to double or triple the brine solution formula recipe to accommodate for all that. But there we go. Now the last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna push down on the peppers, and what that's going to do is help get the air bubbles that might be down in there out. And I can actually pour a little bit more in here. Just to make sure they're fully covered up. Just like that. All right, y'all. Now we're just gonna seal it. Ooh, it's hot. And just like that, you've made your own pickled peppers. All right, so from this point forward, you're going to allow the brine and the peppers to just cool at their own rate to get room temperature before you put them in the fridge. Then you can store these for 1 to 2 months and you're good to go. But this entire process, if I wasn't recording and shifting the camera and everything, literally less than 10 minutes and you made your own pickled peppers. Pickled peppers. And that's it. So if y'all enjoyed this video, do me the 3 favors: share, like, subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already, and join this fast-growing community of like-minded gardeners here on YouTube. Everyone take care. May God continue to bless each and every one of you. Continue to shine bright, harvest hard. Pickle your own peppers, y'all. It's so easy. It took less than 10 minutes. And I'll talk to y'all again real soon. Bye.